we should be good to go, I think. I will throw on some music and we are going to wait like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes for people. Okay. Hello. Please tell me if my voice is too loud, if the music is too loud, all of that good stuff. And yeah, it should be good. How are you doing, Dan? Okay. So, my greatest apologies here. I am a little bit sick. I've had a cold and we're just getting over it. So, if I sound a little nasally, my deepest apologies. But here we are anyway. Yay! Okay. So, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to draw yet. But we'll decide. I'm just gonna start sketching some stuff out. This is just practice sketching, so don't worry too much just while people get here. Hello, Rinsler. Okay, cool. It's okay. You don't have to be completely silent.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Sorry, I have a person here giving me a tea infuser. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
I'll probably end up making tea because, hello, but okay, let us work on okay, you were 0 originally. Yeah, I think the only time I've ever changed my YouTube name is when I changed my YouTube. I used to have a channel like ages ago, obviously. I think like most people when they were like 13 had a channel, and then I switched to this one, and I've had this one ever since. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. For anyone that wants to join in and like chat a little bit, I am in the Stormhawks HD Discord's lobby, so you can hop on in and chat for a little bit. This is for you guys, so if you guys want to like say anything and have a good time, by all means, come join. My voice connection in the chat isn't fantastic, just because Discord hates me, but it should be okay either way. And I'm on open mic, I'm not on push to talk or anything, because that would be too difficult with hello. That would be too difficult. what made me have an interest in Stormhawks? Yeah, I will be posting it in the Discord as well as on my Tumblr. My Tumblr is Half and Half Sketchbook. I think the link is down below. If not, that's the link to my regular Tumblr, and you can just ask me there. I'll also have Stormhawks HD posted on his Tumblr, or Twitter, sorry, his Twitter as well. So no worries about that. You have a great day. What made me have an interest in Stormhawks is that I was a little Canadian babby when Stormhawks first aired, and it was like I think right before Avatar: The Last Airbender when I used to watch it. And I used to just watch it along with like Saturday morning cartoon sort of things, and absolutely nobody had ever heard of it except for me, and I felt really cool knowing about it, and I was super excited about it all the time, and I don't know, I have like nostalgia for it, and then I kind of got back into it, I don't know, I would say like maybe 2-ish, 3-ish years ago. And I've been pretty quiet because I was like, oh, there's probably like no fandom for it, it's fine, whatever. And then I found out that, yeah, the fandom is still thriving at least a little bit, so I decided to draw fan art for it, and then this is it. I was just a little Canadian babby that loved Stormhawks, and so I just was like, I'm gonna draw for it and make cool stuff. Cool. Thank you for joining the Discord. Do tell me if it's lagging a lot or if anything's going on. I know sometimes my internet is not the best just because I don't have an Ethernet cord right now, but I'll definitely have one shortly. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know who I'm drawing. I was originally going to draw Piper, and then I was like, I don't actually know.
Do you need a chat moderator, or do you have somebody?
I don't have a chat moderator, but I don't think I can actually mod anyone because it's not my channel.
Oh, okay, now I see why.
So.
No problem.
So we're playing a dangerous game. I do have an Instagram. It's kind of more like a personal Instagram, but you can absolutely follow it. It's HalfandHalfislife, same as basically everywhere. I will be making a just art Instagram shortly once I actually get around to making it. I've kind of started. Okay, bye, Rinsler. For now, yeah, it's just Half and Half His Life. I have a little bit of my art on there. Not a lot. It is more like personal stuff. But you are free to follow if you would like until I get up an actual art Instagram, which constantly people are telling me to do, and I'm just like, I'll get around to it. I'm kind of invisible on the internet because I am an awkward person that just kind of exists in the shadows. Okay, something like that. We'll find some references, shall we? thank you. I do have my phone here beside me, but I don't think I'll be able to check much social media while I work, just because if I do, I'm going to completely forget what I was doing. Like I do half the time anyway. Also, you may hear my cat in the background. My greatest apologies. He's a noisy boy in the morning. An absolute monster of a boy. Because he thinks that we haven't fed him, even though we have fed him.
He's never eaten once in his entire life.
He's never eaten, not even once in his entire life. That's how he acts. Oh, thank you. I will try and have a great stream. You have a good day with whatever you have to do. If you want to come back, feel free. Oh, I was like, why does her forehead look so weird on this side? It's because I didn't draw her eyebrow. I don't know if I like that. Hey, hello. Yes, people do slightly remember this show. There are people that are still here. Okay, we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do something more fun, something harder to do. But I think if I can do this, it'll look cool. I don't actually know what I'm doing here. This is that. God, I hate for shortening. Hey, me too. That and I had like a massive big ol' crush on Cyclonus, cause I loved evil characters. Hello. Need to make this more dramatic. they showed it dubbed in my country, and Seklim's voice was the same actress from another show that I hated. Aw. Hello, Skier Niner Niner. I know who you are. Bless you.
Thank you.
I don't even know if the mic picked that up. Don't call me out like this. Look, I'm calling you out. I am not very good at this. Hero was the only competent one on the team. Honestly, surprisingly, one of my favorites on the team was always Finn. Like, I had a really dumb sense of humor when I was younger, and I don't know, even now, like, he still makes me laugh, and I'm still, like, I still love him so much. But yeah, I do agree that Arrow was, like, probably one of the competent ones. When I was younger, I didn't really get Stork, but now I absolutely get Stork, because I also am a nihilistic adult now. And it's, like, I didn't realize how spot on they got him until I hit, like, 20. How do you draw feet? I should learn to drive like Stork to finish it off. Ain't learning to drive. No way. No carrier pilot here. I would crash into absolutely everything. I am just going to mute myself for a hot moment. It will be like less than 10 seconds, so. Hello, I return. We are no longer on mute. Yeah, when I was younger, like, maybe I didn't get him as much as I do now, but a part of me is like, I appreciate characters like Finn because, like, I just love stupidity now, and just, I don't know, the world is so sad and angry, and instead we could have, like, fun, lovable characters that are just grade A idiots, and I appreciate that. But yes, for, like, when I was younger, I totally didn't understand it, and I was like, it's kind of silly, but don't know how to foreshorten very well. I'm not terribly good at it. I do not know galactic football. Hello? What is this song? Excuse me? Da, 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 da. I am thoroughly confused. This is Nyan Cat. We're gonna skip this song because that's gonna make me annoyed very quickly. Wow, I spelled that completely wrong. Okay. That is understandable why that would seem like they're from the same sort of universe. That happens with me sometimes where I'm like, these two shows are very, very similar. They could probably be like made by the same people and same universe sort of thing. So that is understandable. I'll have to take a look at it. I have to make sure I don't swap, like invert it too much, because otherwise I'm gonna mess up the armor pieces. It had CGI animation too? Yeah, then I would definitely see how it would be like similar and like I am drawing Arrow. There was at a point in time where Stormhawks HD asked me to do like a pose, I guess, sort of similar to this. So I figured I would just draw the main mascot and And also because I've drawn him once before, so I wouldn't feel so bad drawing him again. Like, I've sort of gotten a knack for drawing him. Okay, so let's say thigh piece. Thick boy! Yes, this is just my sketching style. My greatest apologies. Starting off thick. Look, everyone deserves to be thick. I wouldn't be able to draw it in the actual Stormhawk style just because, like, ain't no way I can do that. I don't know why that song, like, ended halfway through. So I shall just be drawing in my own style. So it's a shirt, and then pants. Here, I'll draw Dark Ace in like 0.3 seconds. I don't actually remember how to draw him. I just know that he has sideburns. And he has like spiky hair. I don't know how PG I have to keep this, so there. Yeah, I drew an amazing Dark Ace, just fucking chilling in the corner. I'm gonna keep this. He's just gonna be down here. This is supposed to be like swears, you know, when people draw like the gook for... This is a child's show. Oh, wait. No. I'm gonna leave his face down there. Oh, yes. The backgrounds are so good. Aced it. Hey! That's a good pun. I like that. Okay. I think other than making the blades look better, because I don't like drawing weapons that much. Unless they're like big swords. Big, like, great swords are so fun to draw. We did indeed. I've made like I made a meme. Hold on, maybe I can find it. Don't mind all of this. Where is the meme? Wow, I have way too much stuff. Here it is. Ace, can we get McDonald's? Cyclonus, I'm making food at home. I hate this fucking family. This is a vine that I ended up making in like 2 hours. It's pretty good. If you wanna find the like vine this is from, just type in like Vine, I hate this fucking family. It's probably the first one. Does the show have reruns? Not that I know of. But yeah, on this channel you can watch it. So, that's the best reruns you got. Okay. Hopefully it's back up. Fingers crossed that we good. I'm not actually sure, but I'm... Yeah, I guess so. It wouldn't be for, I guess... I mean, it's still for children, but it wouldn't have any children watching it. Oh, I hate drawing hair. Honestly, a part of me is like, hey, if we revive the fandom enough, maybe something like Netflix will pick it up and then we'll get like a reboot. That would be amazing. And we could actually get the season 3 we all deserve. Honestly, if I had somebody that would be willing to write, because I can't write for shit, I would absolutely make art and shit for like a season 3. Only problem is, I can't write. So, I would not be able to like come up with basically anything at all. Hello? Oh dear, there is a cat that has decided to come over. Hello? Would you like to say hi to everyone? You? I'm sorry, you may hear Marlo! Hi. Yes, you are very cute. Would you like me to pull this chair over so you can sit here beside me? Come here. I hope he doesn't pull anything when he jumps down. There we go. Good boy. Yeah, I am. I mean, honestly, my sketches tend to look more anime than my final product since I do mostly painting rather than like line art and color. Or, yeah, like line arting, coloring with the line art. I tend to just do a semi sketch and then just paint over it. I just have a very, like, odd way of sketching out. But yeah, we're gonna make him full on anime. I typically come up with a semi line art, like this sort of sketchy thing before I paint, just so that I have a basis to go off of. It would turn into a gigantic failure, I assure you. That's too large. I used to super clean line art and then color through with that. Now you're making hella bread. Yeah, I used to do like really clean line art and color with that, but then I decided that I just enjoyed painting more, and this is how I used to do all my painting, and so I just do it like this. Who's the best character to draw? I mean, out of the cast that I've drawn, I would say for me the most fun was Dove, just because you can be really like dramatic with what pose that she's in, and like kind of her character gives off a very like fun vibe. So she's very fun to draw when I decide to sketch her out. But I haven't really drawn a lot of the cast. The one I've drawn most is Cyclonus, and so I have to say Cyclonus is the best character to draw because I've drawn her the most. And it's just because I love ponchos, and she's my poncho queen. Hello. This is not any sort of music that I would normally listen to while I draw, but the music that I want to listen to, unfortunately, is copyrighted. I need to get my reference back up. Okay, so this piece is actually different. Like that, I think. This piece, the very bottom piece of his like chest armor, always confused me because it's in the position where if you were to like lean forward, it would just jam into like every squishy part of your stomach. And these are like hard pieces of metal. Why do you have these? It's so confusing and it makes me mad. I'm like, let's just remove it entirely. Just go away. Okay, so this piece is like that. Wee woo, wee woo. Hello, gingerbread. How are you doing today? Okay, I am going to take a 2-minute break to just go heat up some coffee and grab some cold medicine because my nose is killing me. But I will be back. Enjoy the weird music that I don't know what it is. And I will be back in just a moment. Hello. I now have scalding hot coffee. That's probably a little excessive. Eh. Okay. And back to this. Do I give Arrow freckles? Yes, I do, because he's a redhead. Duh. Hello. For not have drawn... Hello? Why is... Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. I was like, why is this not working? For not having drawn for the past, like, week and a bit, I'd say this isn't turning out too bad. I'm also indecisive about where to draw. I've done the parts that I'm like, yeah, I definitely know what I'm doing, and now I'm into territory of, like, I don't know. Wow, that's a cold nose on my feet. I messed up. Okay, it's fine. I know how to fix this. I can fix this easily. We got this, guys. It's okay. I didn't mess up. It was calculated. Trust me, guys, it was calculated. Calculated. 100% calculated. Did not mess up on the shoulder. Even though I said I was gonna be careful not to mess up on the shoulder. Totally didn't do that. It's all good. I got it. Wow, that's very hot coffee. Ah! Marlo again. No, you do not get to come up on the table. You know that. Marlo is just staring at me like, how dare you not allow me up on the table where I'm always allowed to sit because I'm allowed to sit anywhere I want. Yeah, you wanna come sit on my lap? Come on. Come here. You don't get to sit up there, but you can sit on my lap. Hello! How are you, John Pope? I am doing good. I have some art going on here. Sorry, I'll like kind of scroll it up a bit. And I have a cat trying to see where he's going to sit because it seems that every time I stream, all he ever wants to do is bother me. Come here. You gonna come here or no? You're just gonna bother me. He like tried to bite me because I moved his chair closer to me. You are a nasty boy. Anyways. Like I said, I'm like done the parts that are easy and the rest is difficult. Marlo, do you want to be famous? Do you want to be a famous boy? Cat face reveal? Do I even have a picture of my cat to face reveal? Hold on. We're gonna set up a picture of my cat. Hey, Marlo. Look at me. Look over here. No, he's too, he's being too dramatic. I don't have any good pictures of him. At least none that... I would want to... Wow. Hello? Is this Vocaloid music? You cat to be kitten me right meow. I have a mug that actually says that. 3 cat puns in once. Da, 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 da. Okay. Let us see if I can do this. Oh my god, it's so large. Why was this image so large? Here is my boy. Here's my boy. There he be, there he be. There he is, there he is. This is just a stinky boy. Alright. I did it. We got my son. Cool. Back to art. Aw, thank you. He's a good boy sometimes, but most of the time he is an absolute stinky boy. He was previously abused, so he's a little bit nasty, but he's a good boy. Which Stormhawk's vehicle would you say is your favorite? Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'd probably say I love Dark Aces. I know it's the same as Arrows. I know they have like the same ones, but you know, edgy and stuff for that edgy. And what got you into animation? I wouldn't really say animation, but basically what got me into art was a lot of spite. Which, you know, it's how it should be. But I guess I also, grew up without siblings. I grew up without, a lot of people around. And so I sort of smothered myself in like cartoons and drawing and anime from a very, very young age. I was, maybe 3 or 4, and I started watching like Inuyasha and Granted, I probably shouldn't have, but things like Cowboy Bebop, and then it kind of translated into just not drawing, well, to drawing those sorts of things and watching like Saturday morning cartoons and stuff. And then I was always really interested in them. I loved them. And when I was younger, I did want to go into animation, and then I realized that I hated animating. And that I preferred art, and so I wanted to go into concept art, and so I practiced backgrounds, I practiced characters, I practiced animals to the best of my ability, and then I went to school for all of a year, realized I hated the school I was going to, quit, and I will be going to a different school next year, so hopefully everything will be all Gucci. But yeah, it was really just a combination of everyone in my life told me that art wasn't going to be a career, and so I was spiteful. And then also, I was just a small child with a big dream that loved watching cartoons and loved watching anime, so, I mean, you know. And then I went to a fine arts school where I learned how to paint and color theory, and I had to read a bunch of books about Play-Doh and stuff, which was interesting, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily bad. But I think I have a story similar to most people, which is just loved it when I was younger, continued to love it as I got older. Thank you. What made you want to do art? Spite. Yeah, I mean, but the thing about spite is that it can only last you so long before you sort of outgrow anger. Um, by the time I was like 20, I outgrew all the rage that I had when I was younger and became like a really chill person. And so I had to find a new thing to motivate me other than spite. And that's been difficult, but it works. What got you into Stormhawks? I used to watch it on like Saturday mornings, and I don't know, I fell in love with the characters. Full crush on Master Cyclonus, and to a degree, I guess like Dark Ace and Arrow, and sort of the like everyone. And then I grew up to be Stork because I think we all kind of grow up to be Stork. And how did I come across Stormhawks? Um, I guess that's kind of like what got me into it was just watching it on Saturday mornings. And then I used to scour the internet when I was a youngin' to find stuff about it, but obviously it was not very well known, so... Oh god, sorry. And so I kind of had to deal with what was given to me. And, dumb question, LOL. No, it's not a dumb question at all. What's your favorite species? I'm assuming, like, species of the show. To be honest, I'm a furry. Let's be real here. I draw anime. So, you know. We all know. I still have to draw all the Sky Knights of Blizzaris. But other than like the humans, I guess, because the humans are like, I guess, one of the main species. And I wanted to make one of my own species for like the other side of the Atmos sort of thing. I haven't quite nailed down everything about them yet, but I was kind of working on it a little bit a while ago. I need to find a reference of his sword. Dark Ace. I love Dark Ace's bike because it's just edgy. Oops. I believe it is the Switchblade. I think is what it's called. The vehicle that Ace flies. I think it's called a Switchblade. Canadian show makes Canadian species to show how Canadian they can be. Absolutely. Look, as a Canadian, I have to rep for my furries, okay? I have to. Forgive me if it's not called the Switchblade, but I think it's called the Switchblade. Thank you for your questions. Feel free to ask me anything and, like, chat away. I will attempt to continue drawing while I do so, but I get so distracted by chat that I just want to talk to people, and I'm like, ah! This looks odd. I don't know how to fix it. How do I fix anything? I'm gonna give them pockets. I know they don't have pockets. We are a bad influence. RIP. They get pockets. Hey, look, okay? Cosplay, man. Hard to pocket. Why is there no music? Also, it's really funny going back and watching Hawks as an adult because you sort of catch the things that are like, I think with every cartoon you go back and you're like, wow, I didn't realize like how not PG that sentence was, and like a lot of the stuff, and you're like, whoa, how did that get through? Like, and Stormhawks has a lot of it. Stormhawks has a lot of it. And so that's one of my favorite things to do when I go back and rewatch it, is just mark all the moments where I'm like, how did that get through? Like, I sense the dishes are being washed. Yeah. Both of my roommates are home for now until like 1:30. Sorry if you can hear the slight clitter clatter of a dish or two. We are all people that need to eat food. I'm actually gonna adjust this. Then about 10,000 rivets. I always wondered how these attached on. I never got it. But I guess you just kind of have to, like... It's your imagination. Maybe it's magnets or something. I don't know. But if it was magnets, then everything else would stick to it too. Hot glue. Hell yeah. What else would it be? I like your accent. Where you from? I'm Canadian. I do have an odd way of speaking because I do also speak Finnish. If my English isn't 100% like North American English, it's because I also speak 3 other languages. So I speak English, obviously, French because I'm Canadian, obviously, Finnish because my heritage is Finnish, and then I'm learning Estonian. So for me, sometimes I don't have all the words in my head, and it's pretty great. But I am Canadian. I am from the Great White North. But I don't live in one of the fancy cities like Vancouver or Toronto. I live in like a really meh city. Not one of the fancy ones. From the UK? Hell yeah. I have been to London before. We were going to go to Scotland, but we had to cut our trip short, which was unfortunate. But I plan on going back. I'm gonna go visit some cool castles in Scotland. Ah! I'm Australian, where beer babble is the main lingo. Hell yeah. I've never been to Australia, but my favorite animal in the entire world is a kiwi bird. And so I want to go to Australia and I want to go to New Zealand so that I can just see kangaroos and kiwis. um, and also, apparently, it's very warm in Australia, and I love the heat. Surprise, I'm Canadian and I love heat. And who do I ship in the show? I don't really know because for me, it wasn't really a show where I like shipped a lot of characters. I do have just like big poly friendship of like everyone just hanging out together. Uh, and surprisingly, I don't ship Arrow and Piper in like a romantic way. But I do like see them as, because they like kind of grew up together, I see them more as like a sibling, like loving friendship that like a family has, if that makes any sense. And so like just personally for me, I ship Piper and Cyclonus because like I'm really big on that. I love it. And it's like pretty heavily hinted in the show. Like there's something going on there. Um, but yeah, I don't really see Arrow and Piper as like a relationship. I see them more as like brother and sister sort of like family sort of thing. Same with Finn, like kind of the three of them are each other's family. So, because they all grew up orphans, they all are just precious babs. So, but also for me, it was like a show that I never really shipped characters just because I don't know, it kind of like it doesn't feel weird necessarily, but I just always got the idea that like they're all just friends together. Okay, never mind. Radar and the chicken, 100%. OTP. But I don't know. For me, I think that there are some shows where there's definitely like supposed to be romance. I think this is one of the shows where I just appreciate like a family sort of love rather than a romantic sort of love. And NAO, no, no, ah, they're like 15 years apart. I'm screaming. Look, I'll ship myself with Dark Ace. Boy. I don't know how to draw swords. Ow. Yeah, sorry, you're getting called out here. Dork Ace. Is this more Miku? Hell yeah, best buds forever. They pee good. Also, like, I guess it's not really, like, shown too much in the show, but if I had to ship Arrow with someone, I think it would probably be Dove. Just because Starling is too old. Piper is like a sibling. There's not that many other girls that we really know about. And so I guess if I had to pick, it would be Dove. But at the same time, I'm like, they're just children. They're young. So like, eh. But also I just love Dove because she's both adorable and also sassy. I need to figure out how to draw this thumb sword. Okay. So the back is... I mean, as a person that's like really chill, I'm super calm and like really laid back. I don't have that many problems with almost any ship. I'm totally fine. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Sorry, like I said, guys, I have a cold, so yay. Um, and I grew up in the age of like crack ships where you would just ship whatever because it was dumb and stupid and no one really cared. So, I mean, okay, we're gonna try and... Nope. Sorry, I'm looking at a very tiny reference. I don't know if anyone wants to like throw a reference into the Discord for these dumb blades, but like I don't have anyone that's good. And thank you for the bless yous. I appreciate it. I may end up taking a short time to make a tea at some point because need me some tea. Though I think the amount of caffeine would actually maybe kill me because I've already had a giant coffee today, which I'm still drinking, but by the time I finish that... Okay, we need to... You will lose all the chill. There's... I assume there's like conventions and stuff in Australia. I may end up going to one of those. I'm not sure on which end of Australia it would be, because I know there's like two main cities and they're on opposite ends. I know very little about Australia. My greatest apologies. I do know that there's two cities that are like the main cities and they're on opposite ends, and so they have two different time zones. Because it's kind of like Canada. There's like 4 time zones as you go across. Coffee makes colds worse. Forget that I said that I was drinking coffee. I am not drinking coffee right now. I also have a juice here for some vitamin C. I am going to take a minute and I'm actually going to open the windows. I will be right back. Fake news. Hello. Sorry, I just had to open the window since it was getting a little dark and gloomy. What was I doing? I don't remember. Working on a sword. That's what I was doing. I'm a very good artist. I know exactly what I'm doing all the time, forever. What's your most disliked cartoon? I don't really know. I guess my most disliked ones would just be ones that I only ever watched like an episode of and didn't really care. Which is like probably a big list. Um, but I don't particularly hate anything so much as stuff just kind of annoys me. Uh, there's certain tropes that I dislike. Um, okay, I don't. What am I doing here? So there's a part that goes over like this. But New Zealand is a must. Oh, I'm so excited to visit New Zealand. Ah. Like, granted, I'm just excited to travel anywhere in the world because I'm such like a little travel bug. But, like I said, my favorite bird ever is a kiwi bird, and you can only ever find them in one place in the world. So I'm like, I want to go to New Zealand and pet a kiwi bird. Something like that. Hello. Oh, I can imagine. I've seen like pictures of people that have been there, and just the envy in me is very high. I guess it would be like that behind. Don't do cliff jumping? Man. I mean, as much as I love, like, the idea of skydiving and stuff, I don't know if I'd ever do, maybe, I mean, it depends. I would go with, like, a group to go, like, bungee jumping or cliff jumping, but unless it was, like, a group thing, I don't think I would ever maybe do it by myself. Also, I'm not a very strong swimmer, so usually cliff jumping, you jump off a cliff into water, and that wouldn't really work for me because I can't swim. So, well, I mean, like, I can doggy paddle and, like, float a little bit, but I really am not a strong swimmer, so I would probably drown within, like, 2 minutes. Do I even know what I'm doing? Absolutely not. Ah! Yeah, I think the only time I've ever felt confident swimming was in Cuba. That was the only time I've ever really felt confident, like, swimming around, like, waves and stuff. And that was because I also had somebody there with me that knew how to swim, so. And was tall. I am a small. Um. Oh my god, I'm, like, smacking the table. The cube! But yeah, otherwise, I don't think I would ever really go into an ocean, or I don't even really like pools. Like, waves scare me. Oh my gosh, Ray Marlowe's just following you. Oh my god, they had to send boats out? No, I would, like, immediately just, like, I'd give up. I'd be like, this is my fate now, and just pack it in. I can't believe I had to draw a whole other one of these. Or I could cheat and not draw it. Wow, I cannot draw a straight line for the life of me now. It's all he wants is food. He's been fed, and he just begs for food. Want the food. Okay, so back on to like some Stormhawks talk. Am I the only one that's like, this show really doesn't go into like the violence of all of this? Like, you have to think, how many just dead bodies are chilling in the wasteland? Like, it's gotta be a lot, right? Because we see people like, obviously they had to show like, oh, they're safe, they're on parachutes, but in all technicality, you know, shoots don't work all the time. There's a lot of dead bodies in the wasteland. And like, just the thought of like people flying at crazy altitudes all the time, like, they don't really go into a lot of it because I guess like the whole idea is like, oh, you know, suspension of disbelief, whatever, blah blah blah, it's a kid's show. But at the same time, when you think about it, you're like, this shit is really dark. Like, it could be way darker when you think about it. And just like, I wanted to like write like Game of Thrones style fanfic where it's just everything is like super gritty and realistic, and like granted it would still be like the fun whatever, but just the idea of adding like more realism to it, like, hey, did you know that, you know, flying at these altitudes for fucking what, 15, 20 years maybe isn't good for you? And the fact that like the wasteland never really seems like a big danger in the show. Like, they make it out like, oh my god, the wasteland is like the most dangerous place in Atmos, but they always get out of it, right? And so for me, I was like, it doesn't really feel that dangerous. But imagine just seeing like scattered bodies across the wasteland. Like, that would be dark. That would be scary. And like the Atmos politics. And we were going into it, me and my roommate, we were talking about how like, yeah, it'd be really interesting if there was like people down there that survived and like just lived down there, you know? Um, but then on top of it, we were talking about the fact that like all of Atmos doesn't really have like a military necessarily, but they also only have a military. Plot twist. Um, where like once you're a Sky Knight, you can kind of just do whatever you want to do. Like, there's hardly any real regulation, and who's going around like watching over them, right? Sky Knights are like just kind of honor bound by code, but there's like tons of situations in which Sky Knights probably go off and, you know, do awful things. They can like tax whatever people they want to. They can kind of just do whatever they want, and there's no one really like, the Atmos is huge. There's no one really regulating them. And it just makes me think all the time of like, there has to be way more carvers where Sky Knights are just like, ah, you know, we're like the biggest authority here. We can do whatever we want. Like, we're gonna join like dark people and stuff. But when you think about it, like, they don't really have any sort of like collective unit. It's not until the very end of the series where Arrow like brings together all the Sky Knights that they have like a legitimate armed force for Atmos. It's just like a bunch of small units scattered across. Like, I don't know, it's very interesting to me, and we were talking about like all sorts of politics that go along with it, because that's just what I like to do, is talk about dumb politics for things that don't matter, but they matter to me. And yeah, like savage people that live. Hello? Uh, that live like in the wasteland, and they've like fallen there and nobody came to like retrieve their remains, sort of thing. And like you have to think of like what society would be like down there. And then like, oh, it's so interesting. It's so cool to me. There's so much they could have gone into. Too bad it was a children's show. I don't even know what this is all supposed to mean. This sword looks nothing like what it's supposed to. Okay. It's this. And then that with a rivet. There we go. Cool. The only difference between like specifically like American and Canadian made cartoons versus Japan is that we have a lot of conflicting legal things. Um Initially Naruto, like, it was a kids anime, but in terms of like kids, what they meant was like 13, 14. Stormhawks was meant for even a younger age, like 10, 11 sort of area is kind of what they wanted it to be for. And so what they could do and couldn't do, because they were a Canadian company making this cartoon for Canadian and American television, they had to like cut back on a lot of stuff. And that's the only reason. That's also why they had to show parachutes. So anytime someone falls, they cannot actually fall. They have to be shown like surviving, quote unquote. Which is unfortunate, because if they had made it for just like a slightly older audience, like 13, 14, they definitely could have shown a lot more than they did. But I'm okay with what we have. I'll just make my own fanfic for it. Make my own art for it. I think I was probably around 10 when I started watching it, maybe like 11. I'm trying to think of when I first started watching it. Because it had to have been about 10 or 11 years ago. Maybe I was even a little older. I might have been like 11. Honestly, time is so messed up. Why are your hands cold? You outside or? It's pretty warm here today. Well, if you want Stormhawks to come back, the best thing to do is to join the Discord that we have and help out with any sort of like community thing that we do. The bigger the community becomes, the more noise there is made for it, the more people that make art talk to the directors, talk to like the artists of it, the more momentum we get, the higher a chance of something happening with it. Granted, it's been like 10 years, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's over. An example is Dororo, which was made in like the 60s. It just came out with an anime this year. So, you know, nothing's ever completely lost. And the more we talk about it and the more people that join things like this, yeah, the more people that like talk about it and make content for it, and you know, the bigger the fandom becomes, the higher a chance of something being made for it. And so just tell everyone you know, tell all your friends, make content for it. Even if you're not like an artist, just make content, be it like memes, fan fiction, asks, any sort of thing, just talk about it. And what I found is upon making a lot of art for it, people being like, oh my god, I totally forgot that this was a thing. I used to love it. Like, you know, I should get back into it. And I'm like, yeah, please go watch it on this channel and, you know, tell other people about it, make some noise about it so that it can become a thing again. And that's kind of the best thing that we can do as a community to make it potentially come back. I know, as I said, I would not be adverse to helping plan out stuff to send to the creators, if anyone has story stuff they want drawn for and whatnot. Granted, I can't work on it all the time, as I have a regular day job like an adult person, but I'm definitely willing to like work on stuff for it because it is a fandom that I love and cherish deeply, so I would love to see more done for it. It's just a matter of other people helping out. Well, yeah, make it. Absolutely. I am, like I said, I'm not a very good writer. I like to write. I like to come up with like silly fan fiction stuff, and I have been sort of writing something for Stormhawks, but it's kind of like more a prequel than a sequel because it's about Dark Ace and Lightning Strike and the before the Stormhawks sort of thing, and it's been fun to write it. Um, But if you have like story ideas and stuff, absolutely go for it and make it and start. It's scary to start. It's always scary to put your work out there, and it's always hard to keep motivated. But have I ever played the game? No, I have not. Mostly because my computer is actually a really bad laptop, and I can't really play video games on it. Once I get a slightly better computer, I can definitely take a look at it, and it's definitely like on my list of things that I should definitely play once my computer can handle video games. But at this time, my computer chugs to high hell whenever I try and do something more than like play little indie games and like 2D indie games and draw. So it's unfortunate, but I am going to yawn. So no, I have never played the game, but I have definitely seen what it is, and like I have sort of seen people play it. At least I've seen people play the demo for it. It was only like a pretty short clip. I think it was like a 2-minute or 3-minute clip, but I would definitely be interested in playing it once I have a computer that can actually play anything. Okay, I'm going to take just a very short break. It won't take me more than like a couple minutes. I'm just going to grab a quick bite to eat and heat my coffee and stuff. So I will return momentarily. Enjoy the music. Have a good time, guys. Okay, hello, I return. That and that. Okay. Um, do you sell your art? No, not really. I do commissions, but I don't necessarily really sell my art because, just I haven't really figured out how to do that without it being like a huge hassle. Um, I do Instagram some of my art. I need to make an actual art Instagram because right now I only really have a personal Instagram that I post some of my more personal art. Uh, and hello. I believe Ashlyn's been here for a little while. Okay. Oh my god. Hello, Dark Ace. How are you doing? I am going to actually... There we go. He's gonna chill in the corner there. I don't know why I'm yawning. I don't want to do any more line art. I'm bored of it. I've been watching this since 3 a.m. Jeez. If it's so late, you should probably sleep. Just a thought. I mean, it's up to you, really, but like... Nar. Hey, I mean, I do the same. I'm up real late too, so there's no problem there. Sleep is for when I'm dead, so, you know. Oh my god, my coffee's so hot.
I can't get over it. This is just derpy dark case. Derpace. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on. Perfect. Okay, once I finish this hand, the hard part is out of the way, because the rest is just like some pieces of armor in the feet. Little Ace is so funny. He's just like an angry boy in the corner. He's angry. Derpace. I want to make this my new icon. Just angry boy. Oh my god, it does look like the silly drawing that they have on the fridge. Oh my god. That's my favorite. That they like throw shit at all the time. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see if I can potentially cheat the other handle. I believe that is a yes. I can cheat it. Look, it's not cheating if you drew it yourself. Where's the success from Super Smash Bros. Melee when you complete the, like, target game? Now I just have to add the armor bits there. I have to add the armor bits onto this leg. I have to draw this leg. And then I am done the sketch. Then I can just go straight into coloring. Hell yeah. And yeah, Derpace is going to stay there the whole time. That is just where he's going to sit. Okay, how many armor pieces are on that hand? Also, I always forget to do this, and so I'm not going to forget this time, which is... Oh, the music stopped playing. Yes, I am continuing to listen to this music. I always forget to draw the armor that is all over the hands. I don't know why I always forget it. But like, I wouldn't say they're like knuckle guards. They're more just like on the back of their hands. Which I suppose works, but it would make more sense if they were slightly raised and they were like knuckle guards. I think that's kind of what they're supposed to be, but... Okay. I think it's 3 on this side. The side with the symbol. Have you ever thought of cosplaying a character? Yes, I have. I would really like to cosplay Arrow. I am very short though, so that's kind of one of the only reasons I don't. And also, I hate wearing contacts for cosplay. So, and I don't have green eyes, so it's just like, eh. Otherwise, I would definitely be Cyclonus because I want to wear a poncho and just be like Poncho Queen. Yes, so it is 3 pieces on this side. Haha, I was right. So yeah, I think I would probably be Cyclonus. If the bikes were real, would you get one? Yes, I probably would. Granted, I am not allowed to drive, so I would have to have someone else drive it for me, but the bikes are pretty cool, and I would definitely own one. Yes, I'd die on one. But honestly, me too. That would be a pretty fun signature. Just dirt base. You should... Bean. Bean! The bean! You should come here for a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to call my roommate over and she has headphones in. One, this is the pick so far.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
But number two,
Me.
honestly, it's a mood, right?
That's me.
Marlo, what are you doing? You're like an angry boy.
Are you gonna keep being angry like that? Can I have this cupcake?
Yeah. Hi. Hey, why are you biting me? That's a nasty boy that you are.
He's just being grumpy today. That's all.
Grumpy. You were so sweet until you beg for food.
He's so sweet until he gets food. Okay, that's mean. That's not nice to say.
Marlo, you're fat. You know that?
He's super nice until he realizes that the jig is up and you know that he's already been fed.
Yeah. Okay, let's attempt to do this again. We're all like that around food. I mean, yeah. Hunger is an emotion. Okay. Fingers crossed that that looks okay. Aight. There we go. He's not fat, he's fluffy. Marlo, somebody is defending you. Don't defend him, he needs to lose weight. He's so fat. I mean, he is a big boy, but... But I mean, look at this boy. He's a fat boy. Marlo, hi. Okay. Now time for the hardest armor. I hate knee armor because I can never make it look like it's actually wrapped around the knee. So, That's fun. Oh, I also messed up this. Oh no, the bottom piece of this side armor is actually larger than the top piece. Ah, that is frustrating. Also on this side, he has a bracelet, it looks like. Okay, well, we're just gonna pretend that that doesn't exist. Oh, that makes me mad. Ah! Okay, well, let's do the knee armor first, which is annoying, but necessary. Wow, are you having fun there, baby? He's like chewing on the chair. He likes to... We had a laser pointer for him. He loved to chase it. His favorite toy ever was this plastic piece from a tub of ice cream. Don't know why. Don't really know why he loved it so much, but it was his favorite item ever in the world. And he was just all for it. And then we lost it, and I don't know where it went. We may have accidentally thrown it out. Rip fave cat toy. Yeah, he's been angry ever since. We'll just have to go out and buy more ice cream that has that tab on it. I'm gonna connect these in a more realistic way, I think. So it's not gonna be an exact replica of the uniform, but I don't really care. I'm gonna make it look more realistic. I'm allowed to take creative liberties. Yeah, I have no idea where this music is from. It's just like a playlist for like stream music that's safe for copyright. I still don't know how I'm gonna attach the chest pieces. Does he have any on his shins? Yes. Yes. Yes, he does have shin guards. I figured he would, but... There's 2 pieces. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Have a good time with the rest of your stream.
Thanks, I will try. Oh my gosh, I almost never work on this many layers and it's like getting me. What's my favorite song? I mean it changes. I think like everyone, like your favorite song sort of just changes with what comes out. The song I've been absolutely addicted to recently is a remixed version of Low. Like, sort of got low, low, low. Yeah, it's just a remixed version of that, and a remixed version of Cheap Thrills by Sia. Those are 2 songs that I've been really into, because I'm a normie who likes normie music.
You're a person with good taste who likes good music. See you later.
Bye, thank you. That was my girlfriend, my roommate. Goodbye. Hello? We live by the train tracks, and so sometimes, every now and then, you'll just hear like a train honk in the background. Yes?
One last thing, lease renewal's here and your electric bill.
Oh, cool.
Sorry about that. We had to adult for Ascended, y'all.
Okay, cool. I'll do this today. But otherwise, I like just remixed versions of whatever's okay. I kind of just like good music. I don't know how to explain it, but like, meh. I'll listen to just about anything. Normally in my own streams, I do like music requests, so if you're ever interested and I'm drawing more Stormhawk stuff but on my channel, you can come on over and request music, because I usually just play a playlist until somebody wants a song played, and then I'll play that. Okay, I really love Avicii. I will say that one of my favorite songs is Somewhere in Stockholm by Avicii. And on my streams I like to listen to a lot of Avicii. I also like to listen to Queen a lot. and remixes of Queen songs, and like, what are they called? Mashups of Queen songs. So that's fun. I don't really know why I'm continuing on with this tangent. Okay. Okay. Ooh. I think I'm going to... Oof. Broken legs, not fun. Never want to break my legs. Did have shin splints. Never broken my leg, though. Would never want that to happen. I am too much of a baby to live with a broken leg. Also, just a reminder to everyone that I am chilling in the Stormhawks lobby chat. And if you would like to come hang out, you are free to do so. You just have to join the Discord. Have I ever drawn myself in Stormhawks? No, I have not. But that is because I've just never gotten around to it. I would love to draw myself in the Stormhawks universe, but I would actually have to like sit down and figure out a design, which I'm sure I could do and would be fun. But no, I have not personally drawn myself in the Stormhawks universe. I have drawn a semi-OC for the universe, but not really for like the other side of the Atmos. So I drew like a sort of species. I think I was kind of talking about it earlier, but I was drawing out some like species ideas, and so I drew out an OC for like the other side of the Atmos. And if you have that picture, you should totally put it in the Discord, and then I can see it. Because I love people's art. I'm kind of like a art hoarder, and I love seeing people's artwork. Because I'm so proud of everyone. Okay, and then it's the same on this side with the shin guards. Okay, we're gonna draw the... Hey! Oh my god. I guess there was a thing said earlier of like, what's your least favorite cartoon? And I have to say that I don't necessarily have a least favorite cartoon, but I definitely have a least favorite anime. And anime is like Japanese cartoons, so I do have one, but I don't dare to say it because it's one that everyone loves except me, because I see so many faults in it, and I just... But I do indeed have a least favorite. What would you say is the strongest moment in the show? Probably, honestly, the last two episodes were the strongest episodes, just because they. So, something that I loved about Stormhawks was the plot driven stuff. The episodic stuff is good by itself, but the last few episodes where you really start getting a plot going and you really get an idea of like what this world is and where it's going, that is when the show was at its strongest. And you can tell that this is where the creators wanted the plot to go and what they wanted to do with the show. And they were sort of, I guess, maybe forced to make it episodic, versus I think what would have been better is making it a more plot driven story. And I think that season 3 would have been that more plot driven story had they been able to make a season 3. And so yeah, I think that probably the last 2 or 3 episodes were the strongest, or at least the ones where they get the key and then, open the door to the other side of the Atmos. And really anything where you can tell that they were trying to world build. Stratosphere is a really good episode. Love that. Because it really shows, like, about the show. What else is really strong? All of well, for me personally, I love any time that they introduce interesting crystals where you can tell, like, the creators put a little bit of time into these crystals and the idea of them. So anytime that they really use crystals to the best of their ability and to, like, make the world feel more understandably run by crystals, whereas like in our world everything's run through electricity and oil, everything is run through crystal energy, and seeing that used in creative ways is always really interesting. I wish they did it more. Yeah, I would say that those are some of like the stronger moments of the show that I really loved, and that I definitely go back and rewatch often. Or often enough that, like, I would say often. Because there are some things where I'd be like, oh, like once a year, once every so often, I'll go back and watch these. But, those last few episodes of Stormhawks really, like, hit nostalgia for me and are really interesting. So I would probably say that those episodes are where the show really started to hit its stride. And then it ended. And that's the depressing part. which arc or character had the best or biggest impact on you? I would say I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard because when I was younger, uh, weirdly enough, I like really, I really loved Arrow when I was younger, and so like, I just thrived for any time that he was on screen, and that was just me being, like, I'm really excited to watch these characters. But I guess as I got older, I think one of my favorite, or I guess my like duo of favorite characters is Cyclonus and Ace, and just seeing things like as an adult, I notice that I didn't as a child. Like in the very first pilot episode, you notice Dark Ace like jump over Cyclonus to defend her when all the metal is falling down on them, and I never noticed that as a kid. It's a weird, really tiny moment that like humanizes these characters a little bit, where it's like, oh, they are actually fighting to like survive, and it's not just like they didn't have to animate that. They really didn't, but they did. And it's one of those moments where like you can read a lot into it, or it could just have been like, oh, he's like supposed to protect her, but I don't know. I was like, Fire and Ice is a really good episode. For me, it wasn't as memorable until I was older. I think mostly just because when I was younger, I had to watch it on TV when it was on TV. Now I can go back and kind of watch each episode as I want, and I can be more methodical with it and like sit down and actually pause and talk about and look at the episodes. But when I was younger, some of the episodes sort of blurred together just because it is episodic. And so, there's no overarching plot to really tie anything together. You just kind of go from like one adventure to the next, which is fun and it's enjoyable. But the episodes that made me more conscious of it were the ones that had plot involved with them. And so I really like Dark Ace, and I kind of really enjoy how his whole arc ended, with, spoilers, his absolute fucking death. He just exploded, man. But, I guess, yeah, when I was younger, it was really like the main heroes, and then as I got older, I started to bond more with the villains. I just think they're so interesting. I love villains. Okay, we should finish this and then I can actually get to coloring.
Alrighty. There we go, there we go. Yeah, you have a nice day as well. Enjoy work. I will be streaming for another little while, so if you decide to stop by, that is coolio. You have a wonderful day. Hello, how are you? Thank you for the hearts. I hope that you are having a good day. Oh, I'm glad. I am as well. And all of us here are, I would like to think, considering this is the Stormhawks channel.
Thank you. That is very kind of you. I definitely try my best. It's okay, Ashlyn. You can come in and out. It's totally fine. We are just starting on the colors, so don't feel like you lost, like a lot of time here.
So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover. Bite that tattoo on your shoulder. Oh, it is going well, thank you. How are you today? Oh, thank you. We have the Derp Ace in the corner here. Hello. I hope everyone is doing okay today. Nice, nice. Always good to have a day off. Watch an anime called Carol and Tuesday. I love it. I love Carol and Tuesday. It is very good. Very well made. The recent 2 episodes are amazing. No, I haven't watched the most recent episode. I've been terribly busy this past week with work and then planning the stream. Finished Made in Abyss. I have never seen that one. I am currently watching My Hero Academia. That is what I've been slowly chipping away at. I figure it's about time that I start, considering there's, what, 4 seasons now? I'm just an impatient person when it comes to anime, so unless it's all out, I don't really watch it. I would rather watch the whole series at once.
I'm going to have to, at some point, go and get some kind of food object. I forgot to add the bips here. Alright, I think I have the base color done. So, what time is it? 2:30. I have no idea how much longer I'm going to stream for. Oh. My apologies that the stream is buffering for you. Honestly, it might be my end. Sorry, it'll just take me a minute. I'm gonna close the blinds because it's creating a slight glare. I'll be right back. Okay. It might just be... I recommend refreshing. Alright, it should be good now. It might have just restarted, but from what I can tell, it should be good now. It's probably my internet that's poor right now, just because I'm running like 1,000 things at once. But it should be okay now. I am most likely going to end the stream in about 10 minutes. Around 3. But I will say that it has been a pleasure streaming. It has been very fun and enjoyable. And I think it would be very fun to stream again in the future. Alright, so at this time, I believe I am going to end the stream. Thank you, everyone who stopped by, if you're rewatching the parts that you missed and such, and thank you to those that just hopped in to watch the stream after the fact. I hope that it was fun for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the time here. I will definitely, if I can in the future, stream again, maybe with better results. We shall see. But if you want, you can always follow my YouTube channel, which is HalfandHalfislife. I do lots of different streaming there, including a lot of art streams. And if you enjoy Stormhawks, obviously follow Stormhawks HD, join our Discord so that you can come chat with us and hang out and enjoy a lot of Stormhawks exclusive stuff, and help the fandom grow. And thank you. I'm glad that you think that it looks good. I will most likely finish this in my own time, if not on my own stream. But thank you all so much, and I hope you have a good day.
I love you all. Goodbye.